Yes, good evening. This is Pastor Carlos Martin. I'm reaching out to you today, doing a test meeting for our groups for family restoration. I just want to talk a little bit about the group and what it does. The purpose of this group is for the families of the loved one that you may be experiencing an issue with drug and alcohol abuse. What does this do for us? Is the following, that this meeting is for the families of these individuals who are not yet ready to confront the realization that they have an issue with drugs and alcohol. And as a family member, and this is one of the hardest things for me to tell a parent that's concerned for their child, that there's nothing really we can do other than pray for these individuals. Meanwhile, while God is doing the work in them, I can give you this by experience. My family prayed for me for 9.5 years. Unfortunately, they didn't have the support group at the time, and they were just grabbing on to the Lord, and God is enough. However, it's also important to have other people that are going through the same struggles that you are. This helps us to lift each other up during this time of need. Pray for each other, for strength, for patience while God is working. Because even though you may not be seeing results, one thing I've learned from experience, God is always working. Regardless of what you see, His faith is being sure what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. And God's called us to live by faith. For the righteous shall live by faith. And it's something we don't see things happening at sometimes, but God is working. He was working in me for years while my parents waited and prayed to the Lord. And here we are. So just like that, I've seen people sometimes, it depends on the hardness of the heart. It took me 9.5 years. I've seen others have taken a lot longer, and others that quickly come around. It all depends on each individual. There's no set time limit, but the important thing is that we pray for each other, that we lift each other up, we offer support. Not only that, we'll be teaching you certain skills that you need in order to not be manipulated during this time by your loved one. It's called enabling. We're obviously not helping them, because sometimes we think we're helping them, but yet we're really detaining the process from them to hit that bottom, which is important, so they can come to realize that apart from Him, they can do nothing. Apart from Jesus, you can't do anything. I know I certainly can't. And if you haven't come to that conclusion, you will eventually here soon enough. So it's good to have you here tonight. I was wondering if anybody has any questions. We do have a live chat on the side that you can ask some questions. This will be a time of instruction, and afterward we'll post a link where you can join a meeting where I have some interaction, and I could hear from you guys as well. So anyway, this is again the test meeting for Breaking the Chains of Addiction Family Restoration Group. And once again, if you just joined us, this is to support the families during this time of need, during the time where God is working in the life of your loved one, whether you see the evidence or not. I can assure you that He is. He's always working. And like that loving Father who is looking out, is waiting for that prodigal son to come home, God does the same with us. He's just waiting for your loved one to surrender and recognize that apart from Him, you could do nothing. And this is where we're at. So once again, thank you for joining us. I don't see that anybody else has actually joined in, so I'm just using this as a test. And hopefully we'll be doing more of these every week. I'm going to start doing that here. So you all have my number as well. It's in the app. Now I can just give it to you real quick. 397-9779. It's Ezekiel House Ministries. My name is Pastor Carlos Martin. I'm the senior pastor of Ezekiel House Ministries. Also, just a little bit know about me. I was in active drug addiction for 9.5 years. I've been clean for 28 years, walking with the Lord. And God put a burden in my heart to start this ministry and give back by grace. What by grace I have received. And that's what He wants with all of us, that as we come to that realization that Jesus is the only way to restoration in all areas of your life, that once you come to that realization, you can share your experiences, your strengths, your hopes, your testimony of how God did that in you, so that someone who might think they have no hope can be encouraged and can join in and follow along the path that God has led me and is willing to lead others that are willing to surrender to Him. So once again, I want to thank you for giving us this time. God bless you.